Happy New Year, people. Hi, Sandra. Happy New Year, hon. All right. Whoa, he likes to think that he's immune to the stuff. Oh, yeah. Closer to the truth is that he can't get enough, you know. Gonna have to face it, you're addicted to food. Might as well face it. Addicted to food, might as well face it. Addicted to food, but at night you's a junk food junkie. Good Lord, have pity on you. Hey y'all, hi Sandra, Mocha Drop, Lincoln Berries, full figured bottom. That's right. Ashley Watkins, Darrell, hi Darrell Ashley. Prima Wanda, new moderator. Finally, I'm so sorry, Prima Wanda. I didn't even know that was you. Of course, you'll be a moderator if you want to. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let me see. Sharon Morrison, Ashley Watkins. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. Listen, I was over here. I was watching Deanna's page, and she showed this picture of Sister Wilson with this other older guy. I don't know who the guy is. They said he's some kind of music guy. But what I noticed was, you remember when Jay Wilson used to come on wearing that big old sweater like 3 times a week? He's on 6 days a week. At least 3 days a week, he wearing his gray big old sweater. And the reason was because he had grown to such a rotund size that he could not fit the clothing in his closet without it looking pulled, like the buttons were straining to be closed, correct? So he always ended up on this same a big ugly sweater, right? And some people thought, well, he's dressing like a homeless person or something, or like a person who doesn't have access to other clothing. He always wear this big dump sweater. And so recently, in this last year, since this miraculous weight loss of his, we have all commented on him constantly eating, smacking, slurping in every single video, which is unusual because he makes 4 and 5 videos every single day. Now, when they whipped his ass last week or 2 weeks ago, he disappeared for a while. Now he's just doing celebrity news, right? But you also notice that he has been basically 95% of the time behind an avatar. After he would come on and give these people long speeches about how he hated avatars, he would never address an avatar. But the smacking and the slurping happened at the same time that he started hiding behind an avatar. Now, Jay Wilson is not a woman, even no matter how he feels on the inside. He don't got to put on no mascara, no lipstick. He ain't got to put on no wig. He ain't got to do nothing. There's no reason that a man who we're all familiar with, we know who he is, has to hide behind an avatar, correct? Now, some of them will say, well, I don't want to be doxxed and all that. But what difference is that going to make? You got 1,000 videos out here with your face in it, right? But you're hiding behind an avatar. You're eating, slurping, and drinking. And now we're sitting on you putting on your big girl clothes again. So I had to ask myself, this picture was just taken apparently yesterday at some watch night service. I said, is he going to drag? Why don't you throw that goddamn sweater away, Jay Wilson? Right? No, because you can't throw it away because, you know, when you start blowing up from this constant eating, girl, you're going to need that sweater again. So now, the only time we've seen you in the last many months, perhaps a year, you're back in your big girl clothing, right? So my question in my thumbnail was, have the TA-TAs returned? Now, the TA-TAs are very lovely on a woman, right? We don't mind the TA-TAs on a woman. But since you are not a woman and you shave your head bald and claim that you're a top, Jay Wilson, what is going on with the weight, man? Is your love like a seesaw going up, down, and round like a seesaw? Jay Wilson, if you are committed to being a smaller size person, do you think that you have convinced these people that you had no kind of surgery or anything, even though months before you lost all this miraculous weight loss, you gave us a date of when the weight was going to be gone? Now people will have to say, well, how in the hell can you predict when the weight's going to be gone? Right? It's because you had something to accelerate the weight loss. Correct, Jay Wilson? So now we want to know why you're hiding behind avatars. Since you're not a woman, you don't got to get dressed up. You don't got to do makeup or hair or anything like that, girl. Right? You're just a dude. Why is it necessary for you now to hide behind an avatar? And why is it necessary for you to have libation, slurping, crackling, eating, munching, and crunching in every video when you're on 4 and 5 times a day? That means you're eating 4 and 5 times a day while we see you or hear you. That does not speak to what you're doing off the screen, Jay Wilson. So you told me you had an eating disorder. I want to know, is the eating disorder gotten out of control again? Is that a reasonable question, Jay Wilson? And if you don't want to keep going back to your fat ass, then make a commitment to get rid of that huge ass ugly sweater, child. That huge ass ugly sweater. Now, some of the detractors are people who tolerate you or listening to you or however the fuck they justify going over there, girl. They gonna say, oh, it's wintertime. It's wintertime. That's why he brought out the ugly sweater. Because he went. This sweater we're talking about is of a cheap type of fabric. It's virtually, if you stretch it out, you can see through it. It's not something that it keeps you warm. That is not true. What it does is it cover up all of the flab. Now you're going to the watch night service, and you mean to tell me when you go into your closet, this is what you pull out? That hideous ass sweater that you have basically worn the threads off of, Jay Wilson? These are your big girl clothing. So what their challenge is now, we want you to show yourself again. We don't want no excuse, I'm in the car. I'm in the car. We can't see you in the car. And you got 100 different excuses of why you won't reveal your fat ass, right? It wasn't until your camera slip that it was revealed how rotund you were, right? And almost immediately after we identified that you were enormous and you had been talking about people's weight, then you have come with this brilliant plan to lose this weight. Oh, it ain't no big deal. It ain't no big deal. I can lose it anytime I want to. And you can gain it anytime you want to because you refuse to stop eating, Jay Wilson, right? Now, you like to point out other people's hypocrisy. I like to point out yours, specifically you. You've offended me so much that I have no problem. Whenever there's an issue with you, something that needs to be identified, I have no problem identifying it. And I'm saying, why is this boy back in this huge, it's not a 3X, it's a 4X shirt and wearing it out in public to somewhere like the watch night service, right? I mean, you're choosing from what you have to choose from, Jay Wilson, and the other shit is not fitting you anymore. Remember all those little blouses you were buying, girl? You would go down there to the Ross to get you to them 2 for $5s and all that. You were just so proud of them. Look at this. I want to wear this. Look at this. Right? What happened to all that clothing, Jay Wilson? All the time we see you, you're back in the Shamu clothes. Anyway, how y'all doing today? Happy New Year, people. No, I didn't want to show the picture that I saw on Deanna's page only because I don't know who this dude is. We ain't trying to make fun of everybody. We're trying to make fun of him. It gives me joy. It gives me joy. Joy in the Potter's house. Y'all having a good year so far? You got about 3 hours in, right? A full figure power bottom. Jay Wilson, people are speculating about who this gentleman is you done went and grabbed a selfie with, girl. Is that one of yours? Because in order for you to feel pretty now, you would have to get somebody in their 70s and 80s, right? Ain't nobody gonna be finding your ass attractive, girl. I have a personal question. When you go on Grindr, are you behind an avatar as well? Have you come up with a sexy avatar with no shirt on and muscles all over your body? They don't care if you're young or old. Yes, they do. Just as long as you're beautiful. Are you going on there, girl, with avatars on there as well? Have you completely hidden yourself? I don't know where Deanna got this picture, but on your channel, I don't see that last video. Although you did make 4 on yesterday. I thought you had backed up. You were only making 1 a day. That lasted all of a week and a half, right? You say, oh, they forgot about underwater on my underwater, and then I had my papers on my house. Now I go back there and make 4 or 5 more videos, girl. So Jay Wilson, let me ask you this. I'll let up about you. Today is the 1st, baby. Have you seen? Did you make it this month, Jay Wilson? Jay Wilson, did you make it this month? Or did you take the whole $12,000 and spend it, girl, on your Christmas gifts? Of course, you're so cheap, you don't ever buy nobody nothing. Why didn't you come on this year and show us what you bought Mark? You remember how proud you were? I got him this. I got him this. See that? That's Coach. That's Coach. Okay. Some people thought that, well, putting up with you should have bought him a laptop, Apple, right? But you bought him a little swap meet wallet. So we'll kind of say, well, what did he buy him this year? Does Mark get a raise? How y'all doing today? We're off to a new one, honey. Y'all got resolutions? I don't make no resolutions. My resolution every year is to finish a novel. Last year, I just about made it. It's a little bit over. Hello, Sparkle Covington. Happy New Year's to you as well. Rizzo, Cheryl Burnett, Lady Silver Fox. Are you related to the Silver Fox? We got a Silver Fox over here too. Oh, Let me see. Have y'all noticed that thing, child? You would think he would have got rid of that goddamn sweater, child. The sweater was an embarrassment. He was wearing it damn near every day. And it was the only humongous. It was a 4X, girl. Now, why are you so slim and trim now? Why are you wearing a 4X blouse the only time you've shown yourself? In months, right? Why do you even have that at the house? Obviously, you're planning on returning to your normal size with this humongous. You know you're going back, girl. That's why you didn't get rid of the shit. That's why you got everything from a large all the way to a 4X. You keep it all in your closet, girl. Just go and pull out what the weight is right now. This thing. That is very dangerous, Jay Wilson. Up and down like that is very dangerous, honey. We can give you examples, but we're not going to use other people's names. You going up in your weight, up and down like that, up and down like that. And we don't know what kind of enhancements you're using or surgeries you're using. We'll never get the truth out of you about anything, girl. So it's all up to you. But I'm just saying it is not healthy. Right? I don't hear you hollering about, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to the gym. Look at me going to this gym. Look at him. Oh, look at that lady. Oh, she big. Oh, I ain't never been that big. Oh, look at it. You sit in the parking lot and talk about other people fat when she goes to crawl her fat ass up in there, girl. And we don't know what you were doing in there, Jay Wilson. Right? If the people were able to go in and suck all the fat out your ass, what were you pretending to go to the gym every day for? Somebody asked you, how'd you lose the weight, Jay Wilson? How'd you lose the weight? Oh, I'm just going to the gym. Gym and exercise. Gym and exercise. Then one day she brought out, girl, she must have brought out 13 bottles of supplements and pills she was taking every day. And then she started acting all erratic with all this goddamn yelling and screaming and hollering. And girl just like she gay just threw up out of her or something, girl. All that was because of the damn diet pills she was taking, honey. Right? The Fimfram and all this other bullshit she was taking, child. Of course, Jay Wilson, like I told you, you're going to blow back up, and it looks like the evidence is here. Because I'm trying to say, well, if he was small, how would a 4X look on him? Apparently, he feels like the 4X fits him pretty well, or he would not have worn it to the watch night service, correct? You should be bringing in the year with non-negative joy. Celebrate another rotation around the sun. Cancer-free. Your body health is still whooping HIV ass. Baby, I have my private time with my God. It ain't got nothing to do with these niggas. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. That's just the salt and sugar. I'm coming to the year just like I was the last year, child. I am totally satisfied with who I am. Right? So no, I don't come out of those phony ass shit about all these damn resolutions. I'm gonna change. He said he gonna change his commentary. He didn't make it 2 weeks. So now she back being the same old nasty hoe that she was before, child. And she will continue to be that because that's who she is, honey. Because of who she is, she'll lie in your face. Because of who she is, she will never pay her bills. And it's all because of who she is. She is a scammer for the glory. She's a cheater. She is a liar, and she lying right now. Did I hear that sound? Honey, I thought I heard that sound, baby. Wait a minute. Hold on. And it's all because of who? Oh, thank you. Thank you for Super Chat. Who that is? Thank you, Prima Wanda and Sharon. If y'all don't want me to say your name, let me know. Some people do. I don't know. I don't know. I'm very grateful, though. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying thank you. Thank you, guys. Let me see. What else y'all think? So y'all watch now. Didn't you? Well, I mean, I just don't understand the hypocrisy. Jay Wilson, do you remember coming on here giving all of these long stories about the disdain you had for avatars? That Sir King, I mean, didn't you refuse to even speak to him because he was behind the avatar? Now you're behind the avatar every single video, girl. What are you hiding? Come out from wherever you are. We can accept the large breasts, girl. We know what you are. It's when you try to pretend to be something else. And I don't even know why, Jay Wilson. You're a 55-year-old bitch, girl. Don't nobody want you. Mark barely wants you, and he might have a fetish for old people. We don't know what his situation is or what his mental capacity is or what's wrong with him. We know them people on Growler and Grinder. There are two of them. Growler is for fat people. That's where he's at right now. And Grinder is just for supposed to be for regular people. But what they have in common is primarily they're for young people. They're not for 55, 65, 70-year-old men, girl. Right? So you used to take pride in putting on your shoe polish and your eyebrows and put your shoe polish and your mustache, girl, shave that bald head, girl, and you be coming on every day, 2 or 3 times a day. Now you come on still 2 or 3 times a day because you need the money. Hold on a minute, people. Still 2 or 3 times a day because you need the money. And today is the first. And we're not making fun, Jay Wilson. I'm just asking you, did you make it this month? See, the trick is not to get behind. You don't want to spend the rest of your life trying to catch up, Jay Wilson, right? So now that we know that you do not pay your bills, you brag about things that you shouldn't be bragging about, right? Now everybody has, I mean, we all have financial ups and downs, and these people got kids, they got to buy all this stuff for Christmas and all that. They might fall a little bit behind and all that. But you pretend to be something completely different than that, Jay Wilson, right? So I just think you should address this. Come out full figure. Just wear one of those little half tops. Come on screen, honey. I ain't lost nothing. Look at me. Look at me. Nobody's looking at you, Jay Wilson, because you're too old, girl. You're too old, Jay Wilson. It's not going to make any difference. So maybe you've given up again. Maybe you need another boost in your confidence, right? And since you don't ever work in, it's not like you're trying to impress nobody at work, girl, right? The work, it never lasts more than a few days, honey. Oh, I can't say. I can't. Well, stop saying, girl. Why are you talking about it? Right? You came out here and told us 5 to 6 different incomes that you have, girl. We don't care how much money you make. Are you going to spend it on us? Anyway, I guess we'll let him ruin another one of our years. Oh, we're just using it for content, like toilet paper. Hi, Miss Deanna Irvin. Where you at? Happy New Year, Deanna Irvin. I saw the picture. Mm-hmm. He don't want no more you, girl. Jay Wheels. Girl. Dan Irvin, he don't want no more of you, and he don't want no more of that dude in New Mexico. He don't want neither one of y'all child. They're not fair. They're not fair. So you can go over there and whoop on him all you want. He ain't gonna do nothing. He needs to be writing you an apology and writing your husband an apology. Saying, what I had to do with this? He ain't got no problem talking about nobody, child. Mm-hmm. He's still back up to them 4 and 5 videos a day. That's how gonna start the new year, Jay Wilson. All that tells us is, girl, you are desperate for money. So are you falling behind? You just got $12,000. Was it last month? The month before last, you got $12,000, right? Now, did you have to use that to just catch up where you're supposed to be anyway? Catch up on the past dues? Don't go into a new year like this, Jay Wilson, right? We'll know that you are financially sound or on sound footing when you don't feel the need to come on YouTube and make videos with silliness 4, 5. I think New Year's Day, did he make 5 or 6 of them, girl? Just saying nothing, honey. Jay Wilson, there was a time, you started off as a fan of mine, right? And every video you made, I could almost take it damn near word from what I just said. The day before, you just take what I said and then you try to change it a little bit, girl, and you'll say the same thing. Well, I'm recognizing that in your commentary again, Jay Wilson, right? You're still trying to steal from me, although you want to say that you ain't. I didn't look at the channel. I don't even look at it. I don't look at anything, but I know everybody's business. Oh, how did you get to know the business? Did the spirit tell you, Jay Wilson? Are you also a prophet? Prophets and things. You're not letting. No, don't let up. Hell no. He don't let up. We're defending the honor of other black people. Since he don't let up on them, we won't let up on him, right? And I can get all the free content I want because he gives you something every day. All you do is listen to him. I ain't listened to him in a couple of days, but if I want to, I just go over there. I have enough content for a week. Everything he says is stupid, is a contradiction, or is stolen from somebody else. Mm-hmm. When I first saw that picture of Dan Irvin, I said, "Oh, that's Jay Wilson and his daddy." And I was just about to come on my computer and start, because I didn't hear the vocal. I just saw the picture as I was getting ready for the dog. And I said, "Oh, that's Jay Wilson taking picture with his daddy for the holidays, right?" I said, Jay Wilson, is your daddy teeth missing? I mean, considering the amount of verbiage you have about people's teeth, is your dad missing his front grill, girl? All he wanted for Christmas was his 2 front teeth. But as I listened, I discovered, okay, that's not his daddy. They're too close in age to be his daddy. Mm-hmm. What y'all think? Where is Miss Red? Miss Red and Sharon Morrison. I am Miss Red. Mm-hmm. Happy New Year. Candor. Mm-hmm. Beans and cornbread. What happened? You're smiling, you're laughing, then you're sad. Beans and cornbread. You can't follow this stuff. No emojis. He's all over the place. Only thing we can agree on is our disdain for Jay Wilson. He over there defending TDJ. I said, girl, didn't I just say those same words? He even used the same quotes. It's bad, baby, when you have to be on here. Now everybody enjoys social media. This is the way life is now. People have they participate in chats, or they participate Facebook, or they do Twitter, or whatever. They come on here. You know, everybody likes a little social media. But when you have to do it, it becomes pitiful. When you have to be on 4 and 5 times every day, saying the same thing everybody else is saying, stuff you done stole a little bit from here, a little bit from there, mixed it up, come back for another video, girl. You got to go, you get a video going to the church, you got to go, you're arriving at the church, then you got to leave the church. I got to make another video coming from the church, just left, and then you got to come home, and then you got to make a close down video. That is pitiful. That is pitiful when you're that desperate. These nickels and dimes. If I gave you nickels and dimes, it tells you that you need nickels and dimes, Jay Wilson, right? If you want to present that you are Mr. Huxtable, excuse me, you're a Dr. Pastor Huxtable, girl, then you need to stop showing such desperation, Jay Wilson. Now we want to ask. I'm going to get an update. Have you figured out your next scam yet? Because there's always got to be something as the month comes close. You call it the push. So we're past the push now. All this is for next month. So you got to start now. You got to get, how many videos is that getting? You see, there are 30 days in a month. You're doing at least 2, 3 to 4 every single day. So what's that? That's 90 to 100 videos a month. 90 to 100 videos a month based on 3 a day. Right? That shows how pitiful you are, Jay Wilson. Mm-hmm. E.T. I didn't go out for New Year's. No reason me be out there. I ain't got nothing to do out there in that world. That's what my mama used to say. Out there in that world. Where else can you be, mama? Damn. I got oatmeal all in my mouth. Oh, man. When they ain't going, you know, you got to just keep rinsing them because you can't feel nothing. About to get my dinner started. Ooh, gumbo, black-eyed peas. Oh, that's right. This is New Year's Day. It's still gumbo and black-eyed peas day. All right. I wish I was eating with you, Prima Wanda. I don't get too many good meals. I did have a good meal yesterday because after service, they have a whole crew. All they do is cook meals for the church. And they burned on yesterday. So I did get me a good home cooked meal for New Year's. Bean, how you doing, beans and cornbread? Do you make black-eyed peas and cornbread for New Year's? How does he find the time, Sandra? I have no idea, honey. I can't imagine. If I'm working on a full-time job, honey, this is my relax. This is my time. After I did my 8 hours, girl, this girl, she go from that, and then she got to go to another 4-hour job. Then she got to drive to get a few rides in on Uber. Then she got to come over here. She got to make 3 more videos, girl. She got to make them on her lunch break. She got to make them going to work, coming from work. Now I can understand if we were getting hundreds of dollars for these videos, and no matter what he says, we are not. We're not. Many do. There are many YouTubers who get the big bucks. Most of them do better than the beef sector, right? We just happen to like the beef sector kind of thing, right? But he just go on. He got it going on with 7,000 subscribers. Nigga, please. Please. Oh, there was a time when I had 15,000. They took me down. They porn bombed me. Nigga. When they porn bombed you, Jay Wilson, you were hiding your numbers. Remember, people were saying, "Why can't you just show the numbers? If you keep bragging about how many subscribers you have, why can't we see them?" Correct? You never showed the number, and then when they took your goddamn silly ass page down, girl, the people who came back, those were your actual people. As quiet as it's kept, the people that you're getting on a daily basis, if you're getting between 1,000 to 3,000 people, that's what the beef sector usually pulls. 1,000 to 3,000. If it's something spectacular, you might get 5 or 6. But 1,000 to 3,000 people. Wait a minute. Oh shit, I'm losing my mind again. Hold on a minute. Yeah, these are your numbers, Jay Wilson. It doesn't make any difference how many commercials you put in these videos, girl. You ain't gonna, honey. You only getting 1,000. Those videos are worth $6.99. You got 100 videos in, 100 commercials in them, $11.99. That's all it is, Jay Wilson. And the only reason you on here doing it 4 and 5 times a day, because then you can change that $11.99 and turn it into $50. But you've been on for 6 hours. Is that a lot of money for somebody working a part-time job? $50 a day? And you got to add that with all the other jobs, girl. And Jay Wilson, another thing came to my mind, because you really do owe an apology, Jay Wilson. When you came and them people fired you from that hospital thing, and you came on here and you begged those people for money to pay your mortgage, pay your light bill, pay your phone bill, pay your HOA, you have to pay all that stuff. Your current recent, what you're saying is you still had a job paying you $80,000 a year. So why would you be begging those people over some little part-time gig, right? First, you try to present the part-time gig, girl, as being $100 and some $1,000, right? But the thing is, when they fired you from that temporary assignment, when they fired you from that, girl, you were still collecting a check for over $80,000. Now that's a lot of money in San Antonio. I would imagine, particularly if you have a HUD loan, right? That's quite a bit of money. So how did you justify that, Jay Wilson, and still manage somehow to fall behind? Why would you fall behind? So how many months were you actually behind, Jay Wilson? Because the only reason we know you put 2 payments behind, we don't know if that was true. Do banks just let people just come in and instead of paying the mortgage, just put it in the back? I just put it in the back. I just put it in the back. How much was put in the back, Jay Wilson? And how far in that mortgage, how far behind were you? Because the only knowledge we have of how much you put back in the back of the loan, because I imagine they only allow you to do that because of the desperate situation. Is either that or go ahead and foreclose, right? How much did you actually put behind the loan, Jay Wilson? Right? And I still want to know, what did you do with $12,000? You just didn't pay you haven't been paying your mortgage. I think that it's probably considerably more than 2 months behind you were in that mortgage, girl. You have basically been behind and struggling since you got on here, Jay Wilson. That's why you've been the petty little monster that you have been, girl. You've been begging since the day you arrived, scamming since the day you arrived, girl. You came on here, Miss Thing, talking about how you were I just lost a job. And girl, is there something unusual about that? Anyway, so that's why he ain't coming back at you, Miss Deanna. Don't expect it, honey. He done say, "Oh, that stove is hot." I thought she was in war with New Mexico. You said she backed her ass out there too, girl. Run, Johnny, run. Look, the niggas is coming. That was not me. That was Sly and the Family Stone. Excuse me. It was a real song. So Primo One, y'all celebrating New Year's. Bring in a new year, baby. Y'all have New Year's resolutions? I don't think I got none. I don't think I really ever made that. You have goals. I want to finish the book I'm currently working on. I like to do that every year. But other than that, I don't have no big goals. I used to tell God, oh God, this is going to be our year. This is going to be my year. I'm going to meet him. God going to send me a husband this year. God going to send me. Well, I've been saying that for, after the first 20 years, you say, well, maybe that's not God's plan for you. Timothy, we already see how you fucked up your life. So now let me handle, let me drive. So I'm just satisfied, honey. Whatever he done for me, whatever good that's happened to me, God did it. Yes, he did. Anything that happened to me that's been right, the Lord did it. Once I was lost, caught up in the world of sin. Jesus came in, took me on in. Yeah. Now everything that happened to me that is good, God did it. We're gonna let him drive. Sometimes our little plans don't even match up. He might do something totally unexpected. Hell, I was a grown-ass man before I even read a book from cover to cover. And no way in the hell I would ever dream that I'd be writing books. But you know what? God did it. It was always in there, honey. I was too distracted. And now I do it all the time. Right? God gave me that. Thank you. Thank you. What ended up happening with his Christmas tree decor contest? Well, he ripped the people off. TA. He told them that he gonna give them, from the very first of the announcement, people were having all these contests, these challenges and stuff. So he decided to bring his ass, and now he got the challenge. He told the people he was gonna raise $1,000 on the first paragraph of his contest. He said, right? He said the first person was gonna get $500 was gonna be for the winner. He said the second place gonna get $300. He said the third place gonna get $200, right? Then he came on and he bragged about, oh, we got the money. Oh, it was easy. Oh, we got the money. Plus some excess. We got excess. Then on the day of the damn contest, the first person got $300, $200 less than they was both promised. The second person got $200, $100 less than they were promised. Third person, all of them got ripped off. He could not collect money and give it away. I knew it was going. I called it from the very beginning, from the very first day. Watch, there's going to be a scam, a ripoff. He ain't doing nothing for free, as he's told you people over and over and over again. I don't care nothing about the people. I'm just here for the money. Just give me the money. I don't care nothing about them. Ain't no friends on YouTube. Ain't no friends on YouTube. Until it's time to collect, to pass the plate. But she's not even good at that, right? Because all these other ones on here calling themselves prophets and things, at least they making money. This nigga can't even figure out how to turn a profit. He still got to come make YouTube videos on the beef sector. Jay Wilson, I think what you're finding is that people are not, they're not accepting your current events. They don't care. They don't want to hear about current events from you, because they recognize that this is not even an opinion. This is just him collecting other people's information and then regurgitating it on his own channel, right? They don't want to hear about politics from you, right? Not from you, Jay Wilson. You built yourself and your channel on being a messy bitch. And that's all they want to hear from you, Jay Wilson, right? You don't have any deep thought about anything, girl. And you're gonna bring your black. I'm telling you, maybe I'm a prophet. So I'm telling you, you're gonna bring your black ass right back over here to the only place you can make it, girl. This is the you. There's a French word for it. I forget what it is, but this is you are all that you can be. You've tried to be a doctor. You tried to be a pastor. You tried to be a chaplain. You tried to be a mortician recently, I think was the plan. And you've tried to, God knows how many other things through your life, and nothing has ever worked for you, Jay Wilson, other than sitting your stinking ass on this damn thing and being a little bitch, gossiping queen. Ladies, when I call these people bitches, I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about niggas who who are not. Well, how would you even frame that? I'm talking about Jay Wilson. Leave it at that, honey. See, oh, I forgot this travel agent. Oh, he was a travel agent. He got all their money, and now he retired from travel agency. Jay Wilson, this all speaks to your low intelligence. You cannot recognize what your abilities are, right? We still have no evidence of any of these degrees you claim. You still got them way on top of a bookcase where nobody can see. There's no way you can see the print on something like that, right? Right. And we also know that even when you do classes online or you do classes at your church, they still print those up on a degree. So we just want to take a look at them. No, no, you've never been successful at anything, Jay Wilson. And then you build yourself as a singer, and we've heard those horrible sounds that come out of you. Horrible. I don't think they're in any different class than my singing, girl. And that's bad. I ain't got no problem admitting it. That's pretty bad, girl. But when you're building yourself and you have a master's in singing, why would you say something so stupid, Jay Wilson? You say some of the silliest ass shit, girl, and it all speaks to your intelligence, right? Now, maybe you can read a book and do a paper on something you read, but you don't actually retain the information, do you? You don't retain the information. You only do it in order to complete an assignment, right? Because if you were able to retain information, Jay Wilson, you wouldn't be so stupid at 55. You would certainly have a larger vocabulary than something you pulled off of YouTube, girl. Ain't no friends on YouTube. Ain't no friends on YouTube. You take something and you just ride it and ride it and ride it because you don't actually have vocabulary. But if you're exposed to, volumes and volumes and volumes of books for it sounds like 15, 20 years, girl, you would think that some of those words would have stuck in your brain, that you would just automatically have a more eloquent vocabulary. But you don't. You just repeat and repeat and repeat because there's nothing in there, Jay Wilson. Just accept it, man. Mm-hmm. He was a travel agent until the cruise was over. He couldn't got that check, honey, and then that career was over. He come back talking about something big, something big. So what's the big thing now, Jay Wilson? You work at the damn where you work at the veteran something? He said he worked in some kind of services center. I think it's for veterans, something like that. That boy in New Mexico tried to call there and get him fired there too. He called and he was calling every 10 minutes. He was getting rid of my ass. And they said no. Did you hear what he said? He said that they said, oh, they must like him. Oh, so you need validation from Jason J. Wilson. Jay Wilson, there are people who go to school and they get a degree in something. Let's just say you really do have one. They get a degree in something, but that has nothing to do with their actual ability to perform on a job, right? So these people, these kind of people, usually they bounce around in nonprofits, something that's simple to get into, right? They'll just go from job to job to job, never landing anywhere, right? Because they're really not an asset to any company, right? They just use the degree to get in the door. They can't stay in the door because of their incompetence or their inability to concentrate, to focus, and to do a good job. You said you were a professor for 3 years, but you never let on anybody know about you as a professor for 3 years, which I think is a lie. If you were focused on your job, which you said paid you $80,000 a year, wouldn't you have made tenure by now, Jay Wilson? No, you never have, girl. It's always just there till they catch on that, listen, we got to let a few people go. You came onto YouTube. I remember when you came on here, girl. You said that you was laid off. I got laid off a job. I got laid off a job. You got laid off a job. And here we are 5 years later, and they didn't call you back. I mean, a layoff is a temporary thing, right? Because when COVID happened, then everybody was moving their education online. Most universities, they had more jobs as opposed to less jobs, but they chose not to call you back. Now, what was that about, Jay Wilson? I'm just asking questions here, honey. Oh, I was doing fabulous. He said he was at the school. He said he was a professor. I don't think so. I think he taught a class. The guy, whatever, I ain't gonna go. I have examples, which I won't go into because the story is too long, of professors that I've encountered, mostly through my church. You know, you have a church family, right? And they tell you their business. And the people would say, well, I teach 2 classes. I teach 1 class and all that. They don't make hardly any money doing that, honey. Not enough to justify no $80,000 a year, particularly not in San Antonio. He's a liar. He cannot tell the truth, even when he was confronted. Oh, they said, Jay Wilson, you haven't paid your mortgage. You say 2 months. We don't believe that. We think it's a lot more than that. In order for them to have to bail you out, put your stuff behind the mortgage. People don't just go out. Oh, I don't want to pay my rent this month. I'm gonna put it on the back of the mortgage. Add that on to the back. Add that on to. No, it ain't like that, honey. You've had people at the bank come to say, listen, you're on the verge of foreclosure, right? And there you have a couple of options you haven't used yet. Even though you are already carrying 2 mortgages on this house, there's one other option. But this has to be it, Mr. Wilson, or Mr. James Wilcox, Dr. Pastor, Chaplain James Wilcox, right? And then they allowed you to put them, basically take the equity, any equity, they have it reappraised. You're taking the equity out of the house. Now, we don't know if you use that money to catch up or not. I would hope so, girl. I would hope you ain't went out there and bought shit, girl. You're in such a denial, Jay Wilson, of your financial situations. When you arrived here, you were on the verge of bankruptcy and foreclosure. And this looks like you never really got out of that, honey. And so no matter how many times people confront you or humiliate you or saying, why you on so much? You're on YouTube so much. You're driving the Uber cab and you got all these jobs and these part-time jobs and all lie. You still don't leave. Why don't you leave? Because you can't. You can't, Jay Wilson. You can't get no real job and hold it, girl. And you got to know in your soul that even if you were to get a good job, it doesn't take as much long to figure out what you are, right? You just here for the money. I'm gonna get that check. I'm just here the first one in line to get the checks, honey. I want to get that check. They said, sir, this is not working out. This is not what we anticipated. Hi, Almond Brown. Happy New Year, Almond Brown. How you doing? At the edge. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. I know I miss peoples. Let me see. He gonna be moving in with Uncle Viv soon because Mark ain't serious about him. Child, Mark is not gonna move. After Mark saw those financials and realized what his financial situation was, he's probably there when he saw the mail. You know, Mark probably was coming over there pretty regularly, and maybe he happened upon a bill, you know, 3 months behind, utilities, 2 months behind the mortgage. He says 2 months behind, probably more like 5 months behind. And the girl, he looked at those financials and he made up his mind. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Because even if Mark is a drunk, he's managed to have his own career, his own place to live. People say his place is too small, but it ain't too small for one man. Why would you want to take on the burdens of Jay Wilson to go in there and help him being a phony bitch? If you moved in there, he's going to be telling you every day, this is my house. This is my house. This is my house. All that old bullshit, girl. And yet you got to come in and clean up his mess. Nobody wants that. I guess Mark works for some kind of, I forget, some kind of place where he has a good job, ongoing job. He has a condo or something. He's got his own stuff, his own life. He's not going to fuck it up following behind no Jay Wilson. He saw the man behind the curtain, honey. Get over there and get to paying your bills from you, honey. We go in bankruptcy together. No, thank you. I see when Mark tried to move his stuff in, he said, Jay Wilson at the door. It's my house and I live here. Come on in. If love's on your mind, pay these bills anytime. There's my chair. Wait a minute. There's a welcome mat at the door. And if you come on in, you're going to step into hell. Ooh, there's music. Ain't no way. Ain't nobody going to bail Jay Wilson out. Jay Wilson, your bailout days was in your 20s, girl. Everybody likes to help young people. Everybody like to help out teenagers trying to find their way and all that. Parents will bail them out and bail them out and bail them out. But see, you're supposed to be getting progressively better, progressively more mature, right? If you want to go and become a homeowner at 50 years old by yourself, no responsibilities, no reason to even have a house, girl, that's on you. That is your decision, this thing. And you have to pay those bills. And so no matter what we say to you, nothing matters. What anybody says, girl, you have to get that money, and you can't find a way to get it legit. If you could, you would, right? All you can get is, honey, many times this beef sector, you might as well be selling cans. And we don't know that you don't sell cans. Oh, I'm recycling. I'm helping the community. Yeah, okay, you helping the community, and you're also picking up $15 to $20, girl, from selling cans, bitch. It's the deflection for me. Oh, we're trying to preach a word. You can't preach no damn word. You calling all them people on preachers over there greedy pigs. What the fuck are you? What would happen if you actually could have convinced somebody to follow your ass, Jay Wilson? You'd be just like the rest of them, girl. Instead of a Volvo, you get you a Mercedes. Graduate to a Rolls if you could, but you can't. That's why you ain't. You are certainly as greedy as the rest of them, child. Anyway, Lyric gonna plan her escape. Or Lyric gonna make it out the back window, child. But we got to give Lyric her props, though. Right on, girl. She hauled up and slapped the shit out of him. Bitch, I'm talking to you. Oh, excuse me. Oh, stop it, Lyric. Stop it. Stop it, Lyric. Pow, bitch. Pow. That's just her playing. We just play. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. We just playing. Got to keep your pet locked in the damn cage, bitch. Why the dog in the cage? You don't trust him? That dog slapped the shit, and then she's such a greedy little pig that she actually broadcast the video, right? Oh, they'll look at this because they hate me. They'll look at this. They'll look at this. I'll get another $11. That's all a short is worth, you. Is a short worth anything? Them people over there in them shorts, they say they be having a million clicks and views, girl, and they be getting something like $7. You can't put a commercial in no 1 minute video, right? But I guess that's the way that they're using to draw people onto their pages. they're just getting exposure from the shorts. So it's possible, Jay Wilson, that people will want to come over there and see you get the shit slapped out of you. They're hoping that a person will do it. Now that you want to get some numbers, Jay Wilson? Let one of these husbands go over there and slap the dog piss out your ass. Girl, honey, I will click on that myself. This thing, I'll be sending people to that page. Girl, go see it. Go see it, girl. You might get you more than 4,000 views. Oh, what's going on, Hanson? Hanson Bambata? Hanson Bambata. Or you the one that was over on Jay Wilson page and he kept telling you, shut up, go to your own page. He had somebody named Hanson he was arguing with over there. Even though I don't watch him, I'll look over there all the time, honey. I peek in. But eventually it's like, didn't you just say that? Stop it. Why you looking black, Japanese, and white? What happened? At the same time? Who looking black, Japanese, and white at the same time, child? He was black as the night. Louis was whiter than wine. Here's the tales when you taste brown sugar. Louis fell in love overnight. Louis. You just reminded me. I must warn you, Hanson, I do tend to break out in song. Excuse me. We made it through somehow. We made it through the storm and rain. We made it through another year, honey. Baby, there was a time in my life when I was never on the street more than one holiday at a time. If I was out on the street at Thanksgiving, I was back in prison by Christmas. For years, at least 10 years, I was doing that, girl. In and out, in and out, in and out. So I am grateful that I stay out for years. 22 years, girl. No mishaps. There's a whole lot of reason to be grateful. You ain't got to try to convince nobody else you're grateful, honey. You know in your heart what God did for you. You know that don't leave either. Who are you? Are you Steve Urkel in your avatar, on your thumbnail, Hanson? That's Steve Urkel. Is that the kind of student Jay Wilson was? Was he a square? I can't imagine him being hip. What is hip? Tell me if you think you know what is hip. If you're really hip, the person you should show that you're really hip to, maybe hipper than hip. What is it? Don't. I'm starting the year off happy, honey. How she talk to merch? Let me get some more lives in 2024. More lives? Oh, thank you. You want more? Okay. Yeah, I'm about a four video a week guy. Sometimes you get on a roll. If Jay Wilson do something really stupid, we'll talk every day. And sometimes there's stories that happen in hot topics, current events, and we'll talk more. But I'm not in a desperate situation, people. I'm just sorry. Miss Wilson goes on there every day, 4 or 5 times a day, because she has to. She has to try to keep up appearances and stay on top of them bills, honey, before they take that house from her and throw her ass out in the street. She's terrified, right? So I don't have to do it. I just want to do it to where I enjoy doing it, you know. But that's very nice that you would actually want to hear more of this voice, honey. I take that as a compliment. I'm going to have to listen to that song today. What is hip? Oh, who was that? Tower of Power or somebody? If you're really hip, the person, excuse me, ding dong, get it from me over here in the ding dong. Come on, sit it right here. Put down the boom. Y'all should have saw that dog this morning. I'm laying there asleep, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not late, right? But apparently the dog wanted to go out. He get up me at 6 o'clock in the morning, bang on me up the bed, right? I don't respond because I'm still asleep, child. That motherfucker crawling all over my kidneys and all that kind. I said, oh, maybe he got to take a dump or something, child. He know when it's time to go, baby. Get your ass up. I said, dog, I have been given dominion over you and all of your family members. I'm not working for you. Okay, you're not working for me. Get your ass up and feed me, nigga. And scratch my back. That's right. My dog likes to be scratched all day. He'll sit there for hours, keep backing himself up till you can scratch. More scratch, please. We can get Uncle Tim and Jay Wilson in an octagon to fight. Do you think they would actually do it? Child, I wouldn't fight Jay Wilson. We tried that. It didn't work. And I don't think I would be fair with Jay Wilson, right? Because when she opened her mouth, and particularly if she ever raised her hand to me, honey, I think I'd just take a chair and just knock her ass out right on the first one. Before she even get to do her little dance. I'm gonna beat you up. I think I just take a lamp or a chair or something. Girl, just smack, bitch. She's out of there. Cause I got no respect for you, Jay Wilson. I ain't got no problem hurting you, nigga. I don't. Y'all don't understand, honey. Baby, them streets was hard, baby. It was hard times. My father didn't know the meaning of work. Boom, 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 boom. He disrespected my mama and treated us like dirt. I left home seeking a job that I never did find. One of these days, honey, I took to cloud 9 and I'm doing fine. On cloud 9, you're as free as a bird in flight. Cloud 9, you ain't no difference between day and night. Cloud 9, I can't do you, Eddie. Mm-hmm. All right, people. So now we're off to a new year. Let's see what happens this year. I'm grateful for every year I'm alive, baby. Oh, I did get my MRI on my back, and that's some kind of little cyst or something I got on there. So I got to go see. It's not important. It's on the surface. So we'll go get that taken off, I think next week. Whatever. You got to be aware of these cancers. If they hadn't found that damn liver cancer, they found it just on a routine checkup. Oh, you haven't had your liver, you never had an MRI before, so you just have one. And then they found something. So I go to the doctor every time they say, go here, I'm there. Here I am. What time? But fortunately, that didn't turn out to be nothing. Hanson, you a mess. I sound like R. Kelly. Do I sound like R. Kelly? Well, you got to say the boy was talented. I don't want to be no R. Kelly or Bill Cosby, honey. No, thank you. No, thank you. That is a heavy burden to be sexually perverted. It's a heavy burden to carry through your life, honey. If you're not a pervert, you're not looking at children, and you're not doing any nasty shit, girl, be grateful. That's another thing to be grateful for. Thankfully, I don't have that burden. Right? Sitting up in the goddamn prison cell for the rest of your life. You could have had the most beautiful woman in the world, but no, it wasn't enough. We got to see what's going to go on with Puff Daddy. Is it going to be another one of these casualties? Casualties of war and lust. Demons in the earth. Thank y'all for coming in on today. Mm-hmm. Who is using my name in vain? They use your name in vain? Are you a deity, Nikki B? I didn't know. They couldn't use my name. Have y'all heard Jay Wilson using Stomp Down name? Oh, excuse me. Did I say that, child? Did that thing come to Jay Wilson? If I hear my name mentioned, bitch, I'm coming for you. We ain't heard a peep out of that sissy, child. They all but closed her down, honey. She couldn't control herself. Why? Because she needs that money. And she don't know how to get no money. Right? All she is stuck with is just whatever happens on YouTube, honey. All them little $11, $16 adds up. Mm-hmm. Did you see Funky Dineva just posted a video? He's not with Fox. What? See how it happens? I guess we got a story now. Thank you, Blink Bianca. We are definitely going to do that immediately after this video. So, welcome to 2024, people. Thanks for coming in. Talk to you later.